Greetings from the set of Metro and More at Metropolitan Community College, serving more than 50,000 students with over 120 programs at our 8 locations in the daytime, evening, weekends, or online. And I'm your host, Kent Pavelka. Welcome again to Metro and More. More of what you need to know about Metropolitan Community College. And we have an update for you, an MCC financial aid update, the very latest on what's going on in that area here at the college. Wilma Jellum is our guest. Wilma, the Director of Financial Aid and Veteran Services, and on the set also the Associate Director of Financial Services, Financial Aid, I should say, Nadra Davis. Good to have you both here.
It's nice to be here.
And I know that there are some new things regarding financial aid, so maybe we can get right to it. Nadra, do you want to start things off?
Yes, Kent. So the new thing that's going on with the FAFSA as of right now is that you can apply earlier. The application process for the fall quarter for 17-18 award year has started October 1st. So any graduating senior or student that is going to be enrolling for the fall quarter can enroll right at this moment. They can enroll now. So we have the 16-17 FAFSA and the 17-18 FAFSA.
Now, a lot of people might want to know what FAFSA is.
The FAFSA is the free application for federal student aid, and you can go to our webpage and their financial services, and we have links to that form.
mccneb.edu/FA. FA.
Yes.
Okay. So what is this? What kind of change does this represent in terms of timing?
Usually or typically the FAFSA was available January 1st. Now the federal government has decided to push it to October 1st. The reason for this change is that it gives students an opportunity to apply for aid earlier and know what their awarding is going to be for that new award for the new year. And also the new change is that we're going to be using the 2015 tax information for both award years. So if parents have not filled out their income taxes and do not have their income tax information available for 2016, it's not necessary because they're using the 2015 taxes for both.
Okay, now these dates we're talking about are for which 2000, the fall of 2017.
17. Mm-hmm.
And this has been an opportunity since October, is that what you're saying?
Yes, it has, Kent.
Okay. Talk a little bit about the cycle for students to apply. So now it's October, and it used to be
January 1st.
January 1st.
Yes.
Okay.
So any student is available to apply at this time for fall quarter.
Yeah.
The other key difference too is the purpose to try to do it earlier, and the only way they were able to do it earlier is they are using a closed tax year. Usually families were scrambling to apply for the FAFSA, but at the same time they had to be doing their taxes for that current year and reporting that current year data. Now it's always going to be on a closed year, so for this year only, both the 16-17, which is the current award year, and the 17-18, which is the new award year this fall, are both based on the 2015 taxes. So parents can use more easily what's called the data retrieval tool, which allows them, as they're doing the FAFSA application, it allows them to import their completed IRS data so they don't have to guess or they don't have to put in projected amounts. They can put in the actual tax information.
Okay.
So that's key.
What types of financial aid are we talking about?
The types of financial aid are the federal Pell Grant, subsidized loans, direct subsidized, unsubsidized loans, and then also for our scholarships.
Mm-hmm. And is this change, is this what we're talking about when we're talking about new laws?
Yeah, this changed the law, and also every year they still make other changes like the Pell Grant Index. That can change from year to year, where they set the maximum expected family contribution, which the EFC is populated on the students. The results of their FAFSA is called a student aid report, and that is the number that indicates whether they're eligible for Pell Grants. So they establish the maximum Pell Grant number each year. So it can be anything from, the numbers can be anything from 0 up to 99.99, but the top one, like for the current year, is 5815, is the highest number, and still get some Pell Grant.
5815.
That's $5,815 in expected family contribution, you would still get like the minimum Pell Grant, which is a, like a small amount, but you still are eligible and considered a Pell Grant recipient, which can also qualify you for other scholarships and assistance.
So we're talking determination of need here.
Right.
And we've gone over it pretty quickly. If students want more information, they can call you?
Sure, they can stop in. We have staff that is at all of the main campuses of Metro, at Elkhorn, Fort, South Omaha campus, and then we do schedule hours even as far out at the Fremont Center. We have a staff person who's there 1 day a week, and out at the Sarpy Center we schedule hours out there also. So we're available at all of those locations if students have questions about their individual application, or if parents really want to get into how it's calculated, because a lot of times people don't understand. There is a document that the government publishes every year. It's 31 pages long, but it will walk you through every single component of their calculation in determining whether you are eligible, because the Pell Grant is based on poverty level standards that are published annually by the government through the Health and Human Services Department.
Maybe we can answer some of the questions that students have. There are some frequently asked questions.
Yes.
What are some of those?
Some of the questions that we come across quite often are where they access some of their forms that are required for the financial aid processing. A lot of our forms, actually all of our forms that we request from students are located on the website mcc.edu/FA. It is, once you get to the web page, on the left hand side there's a navigation bar. You just go to forms. Every form that we would request from a student will be located there. We also have our student portal for active students that they can access a financial aid page. On that page they get a little bit more information. We have our flyers for when bookstore opens. We have our flyers for the financial aid refunds posted there, and all of the FAFSA workshops. We are currently reaching out and doing outreach workshops for students to help them complete their FAFSA or answer any questions they would have in regard to completing the FAFSA. We have an upcoming workshop this Friday at the South Omaha campus, and it starts at 3 and it goes till 5 p.m. If any student wants to attend that workshop, they can go to any counselor's office or the financial aid office and have them notify me, and I will get them registered for that event.
Are there other workshops, just one, or?
Well, yes, there are other workshops. We'll have some in March and April. A flyer will be also located on the student self-service portal for students who would like to attend.
Any other questions that you get a lot, frequently asked?
What's the question?
Well, we get questions about, like when they're completing the FAFSA, as I indicated earlier, parents not understanding what the data retrieval tool, more people are using it, and what the data retrieval tool does in the FAFSA is it allows you to pull in that completed IRS data, but also if you get selected for verification and 1 in 3 applications is randomly selected by the government as part of their, program integrity measures that they do. They are selected for verification. If you use the data retrieval tool and you make no changes to the data, because the system will tell us whether it's been altered or not, then you don't have to turn in tax transcripts. It's one less thing you have to turn in if you get selected, and in a lot of cases the student only has to complete a verification worksheet, which just indicates like household information, who lives in the household, how many, and if there are others that are attending college.
That sounds pretty simple.
Yeah, it really makes it simple. A lot of people, I hear people with advanced degrees who are afraid because their kids are now coming of college age, and they call me and it's like, Wilma, I have to fill out a FAFSA, for my child, and they're fearful. And I said, it's really not as difficult as it used to be. They've taken a lot of measures to make it easier, to try to increase applications, because every year they estimate that as many as 1 million families do not apply who would actually be eligible for the Pell Grant program.
So who would you suggest to be sure that you investigate this and apply? Folks watching right now.
Well, we always say it is a free free application. There is no
downside.
cost. Yeah, there's
no
no
downside.
cost. It's all positive. It's even families that don't think that they're eligible. Every year I have families that are surprised when they find out they're eligible for Pell Grant, or even if they're not eligible for Pell Grant, you should always apply, especially new freshmen coming in out of high school. You always want to do a FAFSA your first year, because then you can make informed decisions. You know how your data is going to come out. You know what you might be eligible for, and as a fallback too, you are always going to be eligible to apply to get a student loan, even if it's unsubsidized. The difference between subsidized and unsubsidized is who's responsible for the interest while you're in school and attending school. Subsidized, the government will pay interest for you all the way through your school and up through your grace period when you leave school, graduate, or you go below half-time.
A lot of people are leaving a lot of money on the table.
Yes,
Yes.
Is the
absolutely.
bottom line
Yes.
here. And
Absolutely.
check it out.
Exactly.
There's no downside to checking it out. Let's talk a little bit about financial aid for veterans, Wilma.
Oh, well, there are a lot of programs for veterans. We actually have a couple of things. If someone's a veteran who's looking to register right away, we and either they don't have regular benefits or their benefits are running out, we have a grant program that we currently have available to help them with tuition fees and books. That they can, stop into our Veterans Office. Our Veterans Office is located at the South Omaha campus. I have 3 certifying officials that are down there, 2 gentlemen and a nice young lady that are all veterans themselves, and they can help them with application processes. They can help them to find out how to apply originally if they've never done an application with the VA. It's called, they apply through VA Once. And there is a lot of, depending on when they served and what they earned, would determine whether they have, funding available. And then also there are funding available for some reserves. There's a lot of times people forget there's reserve troops, and there is active reserve tuition assistance programs through the state of Nebraska, as well as there are tuition assistance programs for active duty ones that maybe want to pursue that. And again, they can find out from us if they aren't aware, or on active duty, they can also talk to their CO of their unit if they're in like the Guard or whatever. But there is a lot of money available to help those veterans to extend their education, get their degree, and get back into the workforce, or sometimes to get into the workforce in a civilian role that is an easy transition from what they might have been doing in the military.
And like we were talking about before, a lot of money on the table, I assume.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So check it out. That's the bottom line here.
Yeah, ask questions. I always tell people, I said, you won't know if you don't ask, and you'll be surprised at the kinds of answers you're going to get.
mccneb.edu/FA.
Right.
Anything we've not touched upon? I guess the main thing is this date change, correct?
Yes.
In terms of when you can apply.
Sure, because a new freshmen right now who are going to be a college student this fall, they've been able to apply since October 1. And
Of
now,
last year.
Of last year. And now for students who are going to be seniors in high school this fall, they can apply this coming October 1 for the following fall. And that's just a key element that makes it nice, so we can offer our scholarships sooner.
Yes.
We can set their awards out so they can, again, make informed decisions, because Metro is very affordable, and we have a lot of students that don't have to take out student loans in order to pay for their education.
October 1st is the magic
That's
date.
new
now.
magic
Yes.
number.
All right. Very good. Great to have you guys here. Appreciate it very much. And that's the latest on our financial aid changes. Wilma and Nadra will be with us again soon as we talk about the self-service financial aid and the student financial finance links on MCC's website. Again, mccneb.edu/FA. And thank you for being with us.
Again on Metro and More, our goal is to better acquaint you with the mission, the leadership, and the reach of the college. For Metropolitan Community College, I'm Kent Pavelka. If you have comments or questions about the program, please email us at metrovision@mccneb.edu. Thanks for watching.